Rosanna Pansino is calling Mrbeast out and is claiming that his videos are fake. Or at least the video she was in was. Last year, she was in one of Mrbeast's videos titled Extreme $1 Million Hide and Seek. And in the video, she's seen getting eliminated about halfway through. The video also shows Logan Paul, Larry, and Zach King being in the top 3, but Rosanna is saying that that is not true. She says that the actual top 3 was Zach King, Quackity, and Rosanna. It's so crazy that Rosanna is calling Mrbeast out, but she never calls anybody out, so you know it's real. The only other time Rosanna has ever called anybody out was when she called out Gabby Hanna when Gabby lied about how Joey Graceffa and Daniel Prada treated her on the set of Escape the Night. So you know this is serious. It's so crazy that she's calling him out because she never calls anybody out and Mrbeast never gets called out. But Rosanna went on the Just Trish podcast and sat down with Trisha Paytas to talk about her experience working with Mrbeast. The reason Rosanna started talking about this was because she was talking about her experience working on many competition shows, and she says that because she's too nice, they always edit her to make it seem like she's worse than she actually is. And she thinks that what Mrbeast did is an example of that. She says that during filming of the video, she wasn't getting into any drama with anyone, and she wasn't being overly competitive, and she was just being overall nice, which is why she thinks they edited her out, because it wasn't entertaining enough. And she says that she wasn't as big of a creator as Logan Paul, which is why she thinks Mrbeast switched the placements so that Logan Paul was in the top 3 and she was not. And she also said that it was a little sus that they had all guys be in the top 3 and they edited the woman out. So Rosanna had a ton of theories as to why she got edited out. But Rosanna talks about how upset she was when she saw the video when it got posted to see that she got eliminated before she actually did and didn't actually make the top 3. She was so proud of herself to reach the top 3, so to see herself get edited out was so disheartening to her. She was so proud that she told all her friends and family about it. She was so proud of herself for beating Logan Paul and all the other big male creators. And it was just really sad for her to see that that didn't make the final cut.
Yeah, and I'm just confused what happened there. Again, I didn't get involved in any of the drama. I was nice to everyone. And they edited me out like midway through the video. The thing that I didn't understand, and I'm still confused today, and it hurt my feelings, is like when Mrbeast talks about these creator games and challenges, he said, you know, it's all in good fun. Like, audience, don't take it too serious. All of the money that's won is donated. You know, it's given away. So we can just have some fun with it. And I was like, yeah, that's really cool. And so when it aired, when the video came out, my friends were like, what happened?
Really? Because you weren't in it.
They had me get eliminated like somewhere in the middle. And I was really proud of myself because I'm not mean and competitive. You know, I just go out there and do my best. And I actually beat other creators who are a lot of male creators who are super competitive. They're very talented. Like, these are big creators. And so I was proud of myself that I had accomplished that.
Trisha asks how Mrbeast was able to pull that off with editing. And she also asks if they reshot anything. But Rosanna says that they didn't reshoot anything. And it was just the way they edited things. And they also give a little behind the scenes of what was shown and what actually happened.
Did they reshoot this stuff? How are they editing you out when you got so far? Do they like reshoot with Logan?
I don't think so.
No,
I think they just spliced it.
It's just the way they edit it. Because it's just a bunch of footage of people by themselves, so you can kind of edit it in any order you want, as long as you shoot around different people not being in the background when they shouldn't be to tell your story. And so on this one, they made it to where Logan was number 2, and they said, oh, we found him 1 minute before we found Zach King, who did actually technically win. You can talk about that a little bit, but they're like, but no, they had found him hours ago, and like Ro made it further than they showed in the edit.
Larry fell asleep, so he was disqualified because one of the rules in the game was that every time Mrbeast said to move locations, you had to move, and if you got caught in transition moving, then you're caught, and you had to move or you couldn't stay
disqualified. Because there's like 6 floors or 7 or whatever.
This huge stadium,
and he was saying, okay, no one on floor 7 anymore, so anyone on 7 has to go down.
Had to move down.
So if you are on a high floor and you fell asleep, you get eliminated because you're not moving.
Right.
Rosanna said that she came in 3rd place, but she might have actually technically been in 2nd place. Zach King came in 1st place, both behind the scenes and in the video, but he broke contract, which means he should have been disqualified and she would have came in 2nd place. So she technically got screwed over twice.
And a little tea about the winner. So Zach King won.
And we love Zach.
And I love Zach.
We love
Full
him.
disclosure.
You love all the people
I
on the
love
show,
him,
yeah.
and he's got the cutest little babies, and I have a soft spot. But we signed a contract with like the stadium and YouTube saying that if you're going to hide and seek, you had to hide in places that were like safe and like plain sight
Easily
places.
accessible.
They said don't go into the air ventilation, like don't go in the ceiling. And so I didn't, I'm going to follow the rules because this is a game. So it's not
for fun.
It's not fun if people are cheating.
Yeah.
And so Zach King, his final spot was in the ceilings. He went
Where they said not to go.
Where
the
they said not to go, and it
ventilator.
did a ton of damage. And there was ceiling droppings all over the floor from where he had climbed around. And Matt Pat was literally like, I think he's got to be here because look at all this damage. And I did see 2 maintenance workers working in one of the lounges. So I said, you know what? I did see some maintenance guys. Maybe they're working on the ceiling.
Oh.
And he was like, I just don't think so. And Matt was right. I mean, Zach had
there.
gone in the ceiling. So technically that was cheating in our contract. But
Yeah, Rose should have got second. 'Cause
Trisha asked Rosanna why she's never spoken out about this before, and Rosanna says that it's simply just not like her to confront someone like that publicly. And she also says that she doesn't want to be labeled as hard to work with, and going up against a big creator like Mrbeast is so scary.
You never said anything where you're just like, I don't want drama. It's not
think
drama. It's
what's
not.
important to me is being easy to work with, being fun to work with, and friendships. And I think I value those things so much. I value them more than sometimes my own well-being. Like a good friend, I want to be a good co-worker. And so I realized in the first act of my life, I would just eat it. Because I didn't want people to be mad at me and I didn't want people to dislike me.
And it's dealing with the backlash too. Like, if she was an unknown actress, what are you gonna do? Go up against a huge production company? Yeah. And Mrbeast is the same way. If you have a bad experience, everyone just says, "Well, you're jealous," or "Oh, this," or "Oh, that," or "Don't do it," or "Oh, that."
Yeah.
And then you can immediately have 100 million people harassing you all of a sudden.
Yeah, you can be like cyberbullied if I say anything that's not positive about Mrbeast. Mm-hmm. I already take so much privately that taking it also publicly, it's just a lot.
Too much.
And Rosanna also put out this statement on her Twitter. The statement said, Mrbeast lied and edited me out of the top 3 in Creator Games 3. I had participated in Creator Games 1 and 2 and was excited to be a part of YouTube's Creator Games 3, Hide and Seek at SoFi Stadium. After filming had wrapped, I truly couldn't believe how well I did at the competition and was proud of what I achieved. I had placed 3rd. When the video was released, I felt shocked, disappointed, and felt hurt. Mrbeast, Jimmy, had edited the video to make it look like I had performed worse than I did. This was extra upsetting because I genuinely believed him when he said that his videos are authentic and real. He edited the video to look like the final 3 people were Larry, Logan Paul, and Zach King. The final 3 people were actually Zach, Quackity, and myself. For the entire duration of filming, we all wore earpieces connected to walkie-talkies. They would announce in our ears when someone had been found or when we had to move hiding spots. If we didn't move, you were immediately disqualified. While I was still hiding, they announced that they found Logan Paul. I couldn't believe I outlasted him. He is a fierce competitor. It was getting really late. We filmed for over 24 hours straight, and they eventually offered me money to come out of hiding and quit. I declined. I had been counting the eliminations, and I was currently in 4th place, with Larry, Quackity, Zach, and myself still remaining. Jimmy asked us to move hiding spots again to the side of the stadium with the mannequins. It was at this time that I was found in transition moving to my next hiding spot. When Jimmy found me, he brought me to the field to be with the others that had also been found. I thought I had placed 4. However, Larry had fallen asleep and hadn't moved in a long time, so he was disqualified. This meant I got 3rd place. When I arrived to the field, I saw Matt, Pat, and Logan were there because they were seekers now. Jimmy said he was going to go look for Zach and asked if anyone wanted to join him. I offered to help, but he said he wanted to take Logan instead, so I hung back to start looking for Zach in a different direction with Matt Pat. I placed 3rd, Quackity placed 2nd, and Zach placed 1st. That is what exactly happened. Despite Jimmy editing out the only female in the top 3, I was proud of what I achieved. I had followed the rules of the game, gave it my all, had fun, and never gave up. They can't take that away from me. People are in full support of Rosanna and are even going to Mrbeast's comment section and calling him out for how he treated Rosanna. It will be interesting to see if Mrbeast talks about this, but if he does, it'll probably just be a DM to Rosanna talking about it. But I'm also curious if other people will come out and talk about the same thing happening to them. Because if it happened this time with her, it's probably happened before. But because he's such a huge creator, people are probably scared to talk about it. Like for one of the online creator games, the D'Amelios, who were huge creators at the time, kept winning and people were even accusing them of cheating. And now looking back at it with this information, it's like, was that cheating or was that good editing? But let me know what you guys think about this situation in the comments, and I will talk to you in the next video.